Money laundering is the process whereby the proceeds of crime are transformed into legitimate money or assets. The Money Laundering Act 2013 makes it mandatory for individuals to declare cash exceeding $10,000 on the cash declaration form when traveling out of the country. It's another beautiful Wednesday and welcome to the program, The Eagle. My name is Aisha Gambari. With me on the program is Aisha Mohammed. Hello dear.
Hi Aisha. Good evening viewers and thanks for joining us on the program.
EFCC will get you anywhere, anytime.
On our lineup today, the arraignment of Kebbi State Accountant General Alhaji Muhammad Al-Zakat Aikengari and one Yusuf Musa, Managing Director, Bill Construction Nigeria Limited, by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC before Justice Sabiu Bala of the Kebbi State High Court is stalled. We will also bring you a special report on the activities of rented crowd who besiege courts in solidarity with persons indicted for corruption.
Also today, 3 alleged capital market scammers, Mohammed Rabiu, Raphael Olorufemi Okomoda, and Adekwason Theophilus have been dragged before Justice Lawal Akapo of the Lagos High Court, Ikeja, Lagos, on different criminal counts, all bordering on obtaining money by false pretense, stealing and money laundering. Please stay tuned as the program continues right after the break. Don't go away.
That's my baby.
Cheers! Cheers!
What is it?
Please, keep to yourself. Chief Urabo, I got a telephone call. Anytime I close my eyes, I see dead people chasing me in my sleep.
My Jehovah Magadam.
Chief, is it possible for someone to become restless just because of his past?
Nevertheless, unless you kill somebody dead, then the spirit will be haunted you. Hey! Was you all contractors?
I embezzled all the money for the roads that are now death traps, killing people every day. I approved the supplies of fake drugs on pipe and water. I embezzled the money. I dey fear, Chief.
You are supposed to fly a special land that the people of EFCC and chase people who are doing Wuru to submit other people's money. EFCC, as soon as they capture them, straight to prison.
Chief,
Jail. How you are? Life is not just about acquire wealth, making money. When other people are getting die of hunger and neglect, be careful. EFCC, I watch.
EFCC will get you anywhere, anytime.
Welcome back. Our first report today is on the arrest and prosecution of 3 suspects, Mohammed Rabiu, Raphael Olorunfemi Okomoda, and Adekwason Theophilus before a Lagos High Court in Ikeja for allegedly stealing over 140 million naira from the dead. Thelma Heke completes the report.
The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, is currently prosecuting the trio of Mohammed Rabiu, Raphael Olorunfemi Okomoda, and Adekwason Theophilus before Justice Lawal Okapo of the Lagos High Court, Ikeja, on different criminal counts, all bordering on conspiracy, obtaining money by false pretense, stealing, impersonation, forgery, using false documents and money laundering. While Lawan was charged with 19 counts, Okomoda and Theophilus were charged with 7 counts each. The defendants, among whom is a 65-year-old Mohammed Rabiu Lawan, got into trouble when they were arrested by operatives of the commission following a report of fraudulent sale of shares of 2 deceased shareholders worth over 141 million naira, spread across several blue-chip companies. The stocks originally belonged to one Alhaji Shande Ako Zungwe and Alhaji Isa Koto, both deceased, but were fraudulently claimed, converted and sold by the 3 defendants. Lawan allegedly forged identity cards, driver's license, school certificates and international passports of the 2 deceased persons to perfect the scam. They all pleaded not guilty to all the charges preferred against them. Justice Akakpo ordered that the defendants be remanded in Kirikiri Maximum Prison pending ruling on their bail applications. Still on arraignments, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has rearranged 8 suspected oil thieves before Justice Okon Abang of the Federal High Court, Lagos, on a 5-count charge that borders on conspiracy and illegal dealing in petroleum products. The suspects, who were originally arraigned before Justice Salihu Seidu of the same court on June 16, 2014, got into trouble on February 19, 2014, when they were arrested by men of the Nigerian Navy who were on routine patrol. The Nigerian Navy ship ANDONI intercepted the vessel Empty Good Success with 16-member crew in Lagos. At the time of arrest, it was discovered that while Empty Good Success had authority to carry 350 metric tons of automotive gas oil, it was loaded with over 1,400 metric tons of premium motor spirit. The Nigerian Navy then handed over the vessel, its contents and crew members to the EFCC for further investigation. The suspects are Adedamola Ogunbaibi, Olaniran Olabode, Suraju Gasali, and Moses Emmanuel. Others are Wilson Bonsi, Baudun Kayode Jacob, Okbarode Omaka Uche, and Onyogo Happy. Thelma Eke reporting for the Eagle.
Nigeria is the 6th largest producer of oil in the world. In over 50 years of oil exploration, the country has earned well over $600 billion as oil revenue. If properly managed, it should provide us with a health system that will save lives and not a decaying health system. A society where energy goes round for meaningful development and not an epileptic power supply system. A productive educational system and not a decaying educational system. A society where jobs are created for self-sustainability and not a society where our youth roam the streets unemployed. A highway of safety and security and not roads that lead us to early graves. We should have credible leaders who deliver dividends of democracy to the people and not corrupt leaders who divert our collective revenue for private use. Say no to corrupt leaders. This message is from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC.
Thank you for staying tuned. Still on court matters, the arraignment of Kebbi State Accountant General Alhaji Muhammad Arzika Aikengari and one Musa Yusuf, who is the Managing Director, Bill Construction Nigeria Limited, by EFCC could not go ahead following opposition from the Defense Counsel. The report. Alhaji Muhammad Arzika Aikengari and Musa Yusuf were to be arraigned before Justice Sabi Ubala of Kebbi State High Court, Birnin Kebbi, for offences bordering on conspiracy, obtaining by false pretense, abuse of office, and money laundering. Though the accused persons were present in court, they could not take their plea, as Defense Counsel Suleiman Usman told the court that he had a pending application challenging the jurisdiction of the court to hear the matter. According to Usman, the law is strict that where an application of this nature is filed, it has to be determined first. Your Lordship is enjoined to know that this honorable court needs to have necessary jurisdictions and powers before it can hear this case. However, counsel to EFCC Mahmoud Bello told the court that he had not been served with the motion. Bello argued that the issue of jurisdiction can be taken at any stage in the course of prosecuting a case. He urged the court to take the plea of the accused persons. Justice Bala, after listening to the argument of both counsel, adjourned the case to September 23, 2014. Gari, among other things, allegedly used his office as Accountant General, Kebbi State, to purchase 25 units of Iveco trucks valued at 175 million naira from one Karimat Global Trade Links Limited for his personal company, Sigale Finance SA, based in Lomé, Republic of Togo.
Yes.
What is it?
Please, keep to yourself.
Chief Urabo, I got a telephone call.
Anytime I close my eyes,
Yes.
I see dead people chasing me in my sleep.
My Jehovah Magadam.
Chief, is it possible for someone to become restless just because of his past deeds?
Nevertheless, unless you kill somebody dead, then the spirit will be haunted you.
Hey!
Was you all contractors?
I embezzled all the money for the roads that are now death traps, killing people every day. I approved the supplies of fake drugs on pipe on water. I embezzled the money. I dey fear, Chief.
You are supposed to fly a special man that the people of EFCC and chase people who are doing to submit other people's money. EFCC, as soon as they capture them, straight to prison.
Chief,
Jail. Are you? Life are not just about acquire wealth, making money. When other people are didn't die of hunger and neglect. Be careful. EFCC I watch.
EFCC will get you anywhere, anytime.
In Nigeria, all citizens yearn for a society where probity and accountability are given free expression in the conduct of public affairs. Ironically, it is also not strange to see citizens storm courtrooms in their numbers as mark of solidarity and support for persons standing trial for corruption. Aisha Gambari captures the disturbing trend. The report.
They are all dressed up in uniform clothing called ashwebi, meaning family clothing in Yoruba. The culture evokes familiar resonance in the southwest of Nigeria, as no major social event or celebration could be said to be complete without it. Looking at those people, one will assume they are at a social event or political rally. Their mood is celebratory. Yes, they are celebrating, but the venue is not a campaign ground or an event center, but the hallowed premises of a courtroom. They are out to celebrate someone they called our hero. And guess who this hero is? An accused person who has been charged to court for corruption. Corruption, as we all know, is largely responsible for almost all the problems Nigeria faces today. Inadequate funding of education, dilapidated healthcare facilities, bad governance, epileptic electricity supply, inadequate water supply, bad roads, and a host of others. Mindful of this, government took steps to put in place measures to check corruption. One of such measures was the creation of agencies to wage war against the menace. Agencies like the EFCC, the Code of Conduct Bureau, and the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission (ICPC) were set up over a decade ago to tackle the malaise. In 2007, the EFCC arrested some former state governors over allegations of corruption. While everyone awaited the arrival of the accused persons in court, luxury buses filled with supporters wearing same-colored Nigerian waxes known as Ankara drove into the court premises. Everyone watched in profound amazement as they alighted from the bus, with a bold picture of one of the accused persons printed on the Ankara material they all wore. As if that was not enough, they immediately formed themselves into lines, unfolding some sort of colored cardboard papers rolled in their hands.
Solidarity forever. The gentlemen of the press, we the people, the good people of Edo State, we are here today in solidarity, in support of our governor, the man that has taken this state from a terrible state of decadent paralysis when the military left us. Now, it has earlier been tried, and we are not opposing the rule of law in this country, but the justice, the judiciary must take us. Yes. And we are here to show our solidarity for our governor. Yes. Governor Lucky Osaka Igbeledio. Yes. And we are behind him, don't reconcile. Yes. At any moment of the day, we are with him. Yes. And we are using this one to tell the people of Edo State that this is injustice.
These messages were not sufficient for the crowd that witnessed the first arraignment of James Ibori, former governor of Delta State, before a federal high court in Kaduna in 2007. His supporters pulled down the walls of the court, all in the name of praise singing. So one begins to wonder, what has gone wrong with our people? What messages are these people sending to law enforcement and the international community?
What's unfortunate is lack of education about how corruption touches them. Because, look, it's not just about people stealing, it's what the economists call opportunity cost. Imagine what that money could do for you. We are complaining that the education system has collapsed. That's probably true. We are talking about health services collapse. Yeah, that's probably true. Look at the infrastructures of this country. Now, so corruption is not separate from this. It's the money that will be used for these purposes which will benefit. That's the opportunity cost. That's what the economists say. So that's why education is key. You have to let people know, listen, it's not about this individual that is from a community. When there's poverty, does it discriminate against Hausa, Yoruba, or Igbo poverty? When you go to the hospital and there are no drugs, or the doctors are not there, or no facility, does it discriminate against people based on tribe or community? Okay, if you cannot get to where you are supposed to get to, or accident due to bad road, does it discriminate? So these are the kinds of things, and it will take time, but the earlier it is done, the better.
People celebrate impunity, people celebrate corruption. The aspect of the court you are seeing, it's just one aspect of it. Traditional rulers give titles to 419 people and people whose sources of income are actually questionable. So it's nothing new. It's just that in some cases, I actually thought that lessons had been learnt. After some people went to court with a cake and the person left the court premises directly for the prison. I think that should have been lesson enough for them, but if they continue on the path of infamy and other convictions continue to come, I think that number of attendance and associated behavior will definitely reduce. If you wear your uniform and you get there and individual are supporting, instead of entering his Rolls Royce, enters the Black Maria, you should know what to do. Maybe you can even support him by joining him in the Black Maria too, and leaving your vehicle behind.
Could poverty have triggered a sense of loss of value in our people? Or are we losing our moral values?
Today, the institution of family has broken down. Respect for elders and constituted authority that used to be a cardinal principle in our society is now at its lowest ebb. Honesty where it does not pay has become meaningless. Symptoms of revolt loom large in the horizon. In short, today there is meaninglessness in philosophy, insecurity in politics, immorality in society, chaos in politics, corruption in economy, and even frustration in art and lack of creativity in literature.
Corruption is a monster that has eaten deep into the fabrics of our society. Are we celebrating these people or supporting corruption? Are the handouts given to the rented crowd enough to solve their problems? These are questions that we all must think deeply about if we are serious about fighting corruption. But hope is not lost completely, as we have others who believe that whoever goes against the law should be made to face the full wrath of the law. This was evident at the arraignment of some alleged pension fraud suspects, where pensioners trooped into the court premises chanting support for the war against corruption and asking for justice. I wish many Nigerians will give their support to the war against graft so Nigeria can be cleansed of corruption.
There is victory for us in the struggle for our lives. There is victory for us. Forward ever, backward never.
Aisha.
Yes, sir.
Honestly, I keep asking myself, how much would somebody give me, or what amount of money can be given to me for me to react this way? Or act like this, go and carry placards and then I'm shouting, saying somebody should be released? It is quite unreasonable. These are people whose state funds have been allegedly diverted for private gains, and they are celebrating corrupt people.
Aisha, honestly, it's very unreasonable. If indeed their supposed heroes love them so much, you wouldn't pay them peanuts to come under the sun to chant songs and celebrate his innocence or something. You know, it's quite unreasonable. I just hope our people will look into those things. And, you know, the fight against corruption is for you and I. It's salvaging our future.
Exactly.
Yeah. Next is the feedback segment with Chidimma Amanambo. Please stay tuned.
Our first message is from Ogenwoyi Osazua, who is asking if there is any reward for a person that gives the EFCC information that could lead to the arrest of fraudsters in Nigeria. Thanks, Osazua, for your message. There is no monetary reward for any person that gives the EFCC information. The fact is that the fight against corruption is a collective one. As citizens, we are also supposed to be whistleblowers. If you have any valid information, don't hesitate to forward it to us. And from Emmanuel Ibebu comes this message, and I quote, "Does the EFCC guarantee any protection for a whistleblower? What happens when an innocent person is being hunted?" Thank you, Emmanuel. We want to assure you that there is absolute protection for all who provides information to the Commission. Be rest assured that the Commission will not compromise your safety under any circumstance. That's all we have for you this week on the feedback segment. Thanks for your contributions. To be part of this segment, please visit us on facebook.com/official EFCC or follow us on Twitter at official EFCC. You can also watch our programs and other activities on youtube.com/official EFCC. You can call or send a text to the following numbers: 0809 332 2644 and 0818 332 2644. You can also report any misconduct by staff of the Commission via dia@efccnigeria.org or call this number 0990447758 between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. weekdays only.
EFCC will get you anywhere, anytime.
Thank you, Chidima. Please keep sending your feedback to us. We thank you for your continued support. That's it on the program. Do join us next week for another exciting edition. My name is Aisha Agamberi. God bless Nigeria. From Aisha.
Yes, Aisha. The Public Interface Unit of the Public Affairs Department of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, is driving a national discourse online every week. We are focusing on issues of good governance as it affects the anti-corruption crusade in Nigeria. Please join us on Google Plus by searching for Official EFCC or officialefccng@gmail.com. When signing your Google Plus account, like us or follow us. You can also join us on facebook.com/official EFCC or follow us on Twitter @official EFCC. You can also watch our programs and other activities on youtube.com/official EFCC. Thanks for watching. God bless you and goodbye.